بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. We will start a new example for flexible budget. We have here ABC company. ABC company wants to prepare a static or planned budget according to these data. We have here sales revenue, selling price per unit is 100 JD, direct materials cost per unit is 20 JDs, direct labor per unit cost is 25 JDs. We have variable manufacturing overhead 10 JDs per unit. Total variable is the sum of 20 plus 25 plus 10, which is 55. And we have contribution margin per unit is selling price per unit 100 JD minus 55. We have 45, and fixed manufacturing overhead in total. Here we have total here, not per unit. Here total, we can put here, insert, and we can set here total for the fixed manufacturing overhead. Okay, total 200,000 JDs. We will use these data to prepare a static budget, and we want here to then to compare the static budget with flexible budget and actual results. Then we want to prepare a static budget for 2021, for the year 2021, for example. We can here say that we want to prepare the static budget for the year 2021, for the year here, for the year is 2021, 2021, the coming year, and here the flexible budget for 2021. Okay, then according to our data here, we have selling price per unit, and we have here direct materials per unit, direct labor per unit, etc. Then we can use these data to prepare our static planned budget. Static budget here, we will start. We planned in 2021 to sell 5,000 units of our product, units sold. We anticipate to sell 5,000 units of our product. Then we can prepare our static or planned budget for 2021, as we expected to sell 5,000 units of our product. We can put the equations equals to 5,000 units here, and we can put $sign here to make it absolute reference, multiply by here 104 sales revenue, selling price per unit. Then we anticipate sales revenue to become 500,000 JD. We can here then continue. We have direct materials equals to 5,000 multiplied by 5,000 units, multiply direct materials per unit equals to 20, and we can here put $sign here. Okay, enter. We anticipate that for the 5,000 units we have 100,000 direct materials cost, and we can copy this to other cells. Here we have to multiply 25 multiplied by 5,000 units. We have here to multiply 5,000 units multiplied by $10 per unit, or 10 JD per unit, and we have here the total is 55 multiplied by 5,000 units, or the sum of these amounts 100,000, 125,000, 50,000 equals to 175,000 total variable cost. Okay, then 500,000 minus 275,000, we have 225,000 contribution margin, which is F2 5,000 units multiplied by contribution margin per unit, which is P22. And we have fixed cost we have equals to 200,000. It's not dependent on the units sold. Then we have the operating income equals to contribution margin minus 200,000, which is fixed cost. We have 25,000 anticipated static budget. Here we have an information about this example. For simplicity, we assume the following: ABC company, our company, only costs are the manufacturing cost. Only costs are the manufacturing cost. Okay, are the manufacturing cost here. Okay, then we have here, we assume that ABC company only costs are the manufacturing cost. We don't have selling or administrative for simplicity. Then all units manufactured are sold for simplicity. There is no beginning or ending. Inventory, there is no direct materials inventory at either the beginning or the ending or the end of the period. No work in process or finished goods inventory exists at either the ending or the beginning or the ending of the period. Then we can here move, and if we assume that here we prepare the static budget for 2021, where in 2020 in the current year here we prepare the static budget for the coming year, which is 2021. If we assume that we are moving to the 2021, if we assume that we are now on 2021 and we have the actual results for 2021, then if we have here the actual results for 2021, then if we assume that we have the following actual results for 2021, we have here, assuming the actual results for 2021 are these results. We anticipate to sell 5,000, but we actually sell 4,500, and the actual revenues and costs are as follows. We want to prepare flexible budget here. Flexible budget, we prepare it according to actual activity here from the actual results. Then we can set that equals to actual activities here equals to 4,500. Okay, then 4,500 we want to prepare the budget, okay, according to the actual units sold, the actual activity, and according to per unit budgeted in the static budget or planned budget. Then we can set that we have here according to flexible budget, we must have 4,500 units multiplied by anticipated selling price per unit, which is 100 as planned in the static budget. Then enter. We anticipate when we sell 4,500 units instead of 5,000 units, if we sell actually 4,500 units, then we must have $450,000 or JDs in sales revenue. Then we continue at the same manner. Then we have 400 or 4,500 units multiplied by planned direct materials cost per unit, which is B18, and we will make this reference absolute by putting $sign here. Then enter. We must, according to actual results for 1,500 units, we must have 90,000 JDs direct materials instead of 100 JDs, 100,000. Then we can copy these amounts up to contribution margin. We must have here 25 multiplied by 4,500 units actually sold, here planned multiplied by actually, and we have here for direct labor instead of 125,000 we have 125,000 12,500. Instead of have 50,000 here for variable manufacturing overhead, we have 45,000, and etc. Total variable cost. And for contribution margin also we can here have, instead of have 225,000 we have 202,500. Okay, then we have fixed manufacturing overhead. Fixed manufacturing overhead does not change. Here in the flexible budget we have here click 200,000, the same for the flexible budget. And finally we have operating income anticipated in flexible budget. We have contribution margin minus total fixed manufacturing overhead. We have here 2,500 for this amount. Okay, here. Okay, here we have the amounts for our example. Okay. Then we have here to compute the amounts that will be the variances between these two columns, between static planned budget and flexible budget. Okay. Okay, here we have the difference between the sales volume or the activity variance is the difference between these two columns, static budget and flexible budget. Then we have here the difference equals to the difference between this amount and this amount. Then we have here the differences between these two amounts. Okay, then we have here, for example, we have the difference between 4,500 minus 5,000. And here we have the difference. We can copy that, then the difference here, and we can here also see the difference between these two amounts here. We can have here the difference between these two amounts, this minus this. Okay, 5 minus E5, and we have here to copy this for our example here, and we have here the amount. And for the contribution margin we can have here contribution margin minus the contribution margin here. Have here the difference and the difference between the cost fixed and the fixed cost here. Finally we have here difference between operating income, the flexible budget, and in the static budget. These are the difference between this column and this column for the difference between flexible budget and static budget, which is sales volume or activity variance. Okay, here we have the results. For the difference between the flexible for the difference between the flexible budget and the actual results, we can here have the formula. For example, we can have here B2 minus D2, and we can copy this. Then we have here the result differences, and we can have here the difference between the flexible budget and the actual result. And we have here, we can copy it to total variable cost. Okay, then we have here also the contribution margin differences equals to the difference between the contribution margin minus contribution margin for the flexible budget, and we have the difference between fixed here equals to flexible minus fixed flexible minus actual result for fixed manufacturing overhead. And finally, for the operating income, we have here the operating income minus here the operating income in the flexible budget. Okay, then here we have the results of the budget, flexible budget, and the variances, activity and revenue and cost variances for flexible budget. Here we have the minus and the plus variances. The minus variance here is unfavorable. Why? Because here we have more direct labor cost than flexible budget. We have more direct labor cost than flexible budget here. Then we have what we call it unfavorable variance, and we have here less direct material cost actually incurred than flexible budget. Then the difference is plus or favorable. Here we have more sales revenue than flexible budget. We have the flexible budget variance, which is plus favorable, and we have more actual results for operating income than a flexible budget. Yes, and this will result in operating income flexible budget variance, which is favorable. Here we have unfavorable here because we anticipate to have 25,000 operating income, but we here have only 2,500. Then the difference is unfavorable, and etc. for the other variances. Here we see how to calculate the variances for sales volume variance or activity variance and flexible budget using Excel. In the next videos we'll continue another examples in another subject. Thank you.